Hey, Julie.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Nicole Anthony.
Hey, Eric.
Well, thank you guys all for coming. I thought we could play a game.
I'd love to, but what the hell are they doing?
Well, look, maybe us three could, wait, Charlie, where are you going?
Let's be real. A queen cannot play games with a bunch of commoners. Bye.
One. Hello, Nicole. Hello.
Hello, Eric in the ball pit. What's up, what's up?
It was such a bally episode. How could I not be in the ball pit?
There was a lot of people balling, a lot of people in balls, a lot of people balling with no G, just balls all around.
A lot of people talking about, blowing balls.
Yep, a lot of blowing of balls, a lot of balls too powerful, balls rolling, balls balling.
Well, look, here's what I would like, Nicole.
Okay.
I would like everyone, if you have balls, and any kind of balls, a ball pit, a baseball, a football,
Mm-hmm.
a leg ball, to follow, like, and subscribe wherever you guys see, watch our content live, or get your fill of Hello Friends, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, you now.
You later, you then. No, those don't exist. I'm just kidding.
I always feel like I'm missing some. TikTok.
On the clock and the party don't stop. No, oh, whoa, whoa, oh.
You gotta share the show. Share it now or share it later. It doesn't matter, but we're live right now. So that would be great to let your friends know that we're live now. I just ruined that song.
Let your friends know.
What if, because we, did a short intro for these shows, right?
Okay.
Each show, your job is to come up with an intro song. You only have to do like 3 or 4 lines, but it has to be to the beat of a current popular song while introing our show.
Didn't we say that we were gonna I was going to make a rap at the end of every episode? So I feel like that's gonna go in the same category. It's what we call the house meeting category. There's a lot of favors that go into that category. So yeah, of course I'll do a song at the start of every show.
Like on this show, you could be like, it's gonna get savage love, because Kiefer's nominating people he wanted to keep safe.
I
And
did my
me.
song. I did the TikTok song.
No, you did. You did it good.
Yeah, we gotta save that one for next time. Don't be using our whole repertoire now.
Well, I don't know. I just made it up.
I like that one though. We'll save that for next time.
So much like my hat that you're wearing, you want to steal my idea. Got it. Now,
Yes.
don't forget, when you get to the end of this show later and you're watching in the future, you can share the show then too. And if you need to find the socials or links to where we do these shows live, you can find them over on the HelloFriendsPod.com website. Click on that Find Us Live page.
Yes. And if you're listening to the audio version of this show or any of our shows, please be sure to leave it a 5-star rating, a positive review, and again, share it with all of your friends because TikTok, we don't stop, and you shouldn't stop. You should tell your grandma Pock.
Why was your
Oh,
grandma's
and
name be
Doc,
Pock?
and his boyfriend, and her boyfriend Doc, and the birds are a flock. I can't do this. This is too much pressure.
You know what happened?
What?
Rogue got took down. Will he get put up again? I don't know if it's gonna happen. Rogue got took down. Will he get put up again?
The poor man was starving to death, but now he's off slop. So we are celebrating.
Yeah. I think we could do it. I think we could do a whole show like that.
I am sure the people would love that. I'm sure right now people are like, you know what we want more of? That.
That is what they want more of. That is. Alpha Cat over on Twitch, Nicole says that hat has seen better days.
This hat.
Yeah, Alpha Cat is unaware of what's trendy, Alpha Cat. See, here's the thing. Here's how you make clothing more expensive. You destroy it and you make it look like it's been worn in, and then
Yeah.
that's cool.
It's a worn look. It's like an age. I'm obsessed with this hat. My sister has tried to steal it from me like 6 times already because it's like her colors. So it's very. I just love it. I love the whole look of
Which
it.
is odd to me that you don't like Abercrombie then, because that's their whole like, that's where all of my clothes are from, and that's how all of their clothes look, like torn, ripped, paint splatter.
I do like that, but I'm more of a an Amazon gal. You know what I'm saying?
No, apparently you're not. You like the other clothes.
I like things to be distressed. Rawr.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
got
you
the
can
denim jacket.
distress
Like
on your own.
this is the jacket of the week. I'm feeling it.
I like that
Mm,
color on you. It looks nice.
thank you.
All right.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm sorry.
Are you ready?
Did you say I look nice? Thank you for that.
Are you ready?
Are you ready, kids?
Are
Aye,
you
aye, Eric.
are you ready to talk some BBCAN9?
I am. I am so ready. I got a lot. I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say.
Well, you know what we missed on the live feeds today?
What's that?
Before we jump into the episode, just because, and now I thought I was so good. I was like, before this episode, grabbing the clips,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't realize they weren't in the right format until 3 minutes ago to play.
Okay.
So we have a change of plans now, but the amazing at BBCAN9 Live Feeds Twitter account, our wonderful updaters made a handy dandy thread with
Awesome.
all of the clips in it. The house guest did a roast today, Nicole. They roasted each other.
So everybody was roasted by one another.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing.
Or,
I haven't
uh,
seen it yet. I'm
uh-huh.
sure it's absolutely hysterical. I'm a good
Mm,
sport. I'm one for a roast. However, you're in a game
yep, a
and
social game.
everything becomes a game piece. So if you're in a
Yep.
roast being like, "Hey Eric, you can't win shit. You probably be too afraid to come after me." That person's going to make a mental note of that, and then when they are HOH, just wait for the amount of people that are going to say, "Well, during the roast, you said."
I can't wait to see, because that is exactly what I thought as well.
Mhm.
I was like, this would never happen on BBUS. I would never take part in this. While it was hysterical,
Yeah.
like literally hysterical, they were ripping apart each other's games. They were ripping on each other personally, and I was just like,
Mhm.
I would not be doing this in a social game. Like, for example, Kiefer was probably the best, because I think Kiefer was a lot of the voice of the people, so he would be like, Jed and Tyson have so much in common, look at them, and they both love playing basketball. And Beth,
Oh my gosh. Damn.
or he would,
Listen,
or
Kiefer's a savage.
yeah, he said to Austin, I'm so glad that you and your two personalities showed up. Um, but we at least like Braden.
That is so wow.
His were really bad. And then he was like, Kyle, I didn't know anyone who would take up smoking to make their breath smell better. And he's like, but way to go, buddy. It's working. Right, Austin?
Wow. So he
And
just
I
hit
mean,
everybody like
on and on and on and on and on.
wow.
Victoria had one of the ones that I think was kind of really bad, because she was first, and
Yeah.
she was like, "Hey guys, I'm so excited to go first." And then she goes, "I mean, unless Ty and Jedson, you guys want to go first since you're HOH this week."
Oh my god. So they're like calling each other out for game positioning and game alliances and who
Yeah,
wow. That's gonna come
yeah.
back to bite a lot of them. Damn.
Um, it was really it was good. I was definitely laughing, but I
But
also was like, I don't understand how this doesn't affect your game in the long run.
yeah, I would play the angle of like, oh, I don't know, I'm bad at roasting. I don't know. Oh, I'm not like that. Oh, you left the rolls on the counter. See, guys, I can't make jokes like that. Like I would not.
Nope.
I would not.
No, I would not either. Or I would have made it be about like the game. Like Rogue tried to do
General.
that. He was like, God, can you guys believe it? We're on Big Brother. Oh, who would have thought? Production's always all over us, waking us up at all hours of the night, hammering away and drilling. Oh, no, sorry. That was Jed and Beth.
Oh my, oh my gosh. So oh wow. I don't know what to even say. Like again, hysterical for like a postseason roundtable, to kind of like, or in the DR where only, Canada, America, etc. hears you, but to each other's faces, like you're calling out. And yeah, everybody may know certain things, but there's certain things that are unspoken because if you emphasize them, it gives people a reason.
Yeah. Tina
Yeah.
didn't do it apparently.
But now, didn't do it, or did she react with like, "I'm not doing it"? Because that you have to be careful about too. If you're the only one that doesn't partake, people go, "What's your problem?"
Right. I don't know.
Oh
And I
gosh,
saw Sparkly Eyes say that Tara's was good about Kiefer, but I don't remember what that one was. But again,
damn.
the handy dandy live feed updaters at BBCAN9 live feeds over on Twitter, they made a nice little thread. It has
Love it.
everybody's roast in the thread. So you can go watch it all in one little take that I downloaded all of and then didn't realize I wouldn't be able to pull it into the program.
But it's there, so we're all gonna watch it and react to it just like we did to the fashion show. Fashion show was a lot of fun. Now we got a roast, so they're gonna keep activities going. That's what I love about this group. They're a very, they're all playing, but they also want to have fun, and that it makes the feeds interesting. It makes the episodes interesting. They're a dynamic bunch that I feel like they're going to be very, very close after the season's over because they're doing so many like what I call team building like
Mm-hmm.
exercises.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. I think in the game may come back to hurt people, like what you say during a roast. And as long as you're not really freaking hurtful and low blows, I think that's what makes you guys like really, really connect. And then postseason, you're tighter knit.
Yeah. I mean, I do. I like this cast a lot. Nobody really seems to be outwardly mean-spirited. I mean, again, the Josh isolating was kind of bad, but I mean, it wasn't like what we saw last season.
Oh yeah, last season was a
So,
mess.
right. So, I mean, I think that they will. I think that they will have a good relationships when the season's over.
Oh, I hope so. I love them all.
Yeah. Or Kiefer's gonna take the fall for being in so many alliances, and people are gonna feel a way about it and not want anything to do with them in the real world.
But people need to learn that it's just a game and you let a couple of weeks, months pass so you can calm down. Once you do, you go, wow, life is so much bigger than a game on TV and I need to relax because my life is years and years and years and years and years and not measured by 3 months of time.
Wow. Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
I am speaking from experience.
Yes, like, we can definitely tell. That definitely sounded like an experienced, reply.
And speaking of experience, as somebody again who almost died on slop for 1 week, I cannot believe poor Ro on so many levels. Number one, he finally like gave me like the actual number. He's been a have not for almost 3 weeks. I can't even wrap my head around, and I understand like he could be kind of moody. He says a certain thing about like how Kiefer preaches respect but doesn't have respect. I don't care. I'm mad at Kiefer. I'm mad at this person, and I get that because obviously he's probably moody from being on slop for so long. But like all game and all that kind of stuff aside, what
Mm.
a feat of strength to have no sustenance for that amount of time and continue playing, continue fighting. We saw him campaigning this entire episode and just never stop and freaking kill it in the veto. I'm impressed. Ro really impressed me this episode.
You know what doesn't impress me?
What?
The fact that you're acting like Rose the one that told you that when I told you the exact amount of days when we were live with Anthony on Monday. The show's available now in all your favorite locations. Remember?
Yes, but I wasn't sure that you were correct because I was like, no, it's only been like 2 weeks. So to hear Ro actually say it, I'm like, wow, that actually makes it concrete. He's right. So yes, you were correct. You are valid.
It's like I watch these people.
It really is.
But yeah, that is a long time. That being said, I hope he gets put on it again.
Why?
I don't care for him.
That's not nice.
It's a game.
Yeah, but I think there comes a point when like it no longer contributes to the game. Like it's okay for you to like be on slop when like, oh, you're cranky, or oh, like it makes you moody, or it makes you feel a certain way about certain like house guests and animosity,
Yeah.
all that. There comes a point where it's like, oh, okay, like that's enough. Like somebody else can, take one for the team and do it.
He's
And like
not really that nice on the feeds.
I understand. Listen, I understand that because I read the chats. I read people on Twitter that feel a certain way when I tweet about certain people and things. I understand people are multifaceted. What they are showing on an edited show is not necessarily what we see in the house. I understand that. I don't watch the feeds religiously, so I'm going based off of what I see in an episode. And regardless of any and everything he said, you can't deny that is a major amount of fuckery to be on slot for 3 weeks in a row.
No, it's quite normal. People go on diets all the time, and it is nutritionally sound, so he's not being
We're
deprived of anything. He's only being deprived of flavor.
we're not having this argument again. It goes by what your body processes, and you've seen that man and how skinny he's gotten, and his like skin, the color of his skin, like, he's gotten very pale. I feel very, very bad for him, and I was very happy when he got to skip the dish because I don't want him to be sickly.
Well, one of my multiple faceted personality is thrilled that he was on Slop. Hopes he gets put back on again. I'm sorry, I don't care for him. It's a game.
I know, but as I said to you and Anthony, like my more so personal side comes out of it. Like I do, as much as I wouldn't want to, I do show more empathy even on a game level, and I think
By the
I
way,
just
one
think
of
as
those
a human
weeks
being,
was peanut butter and jellies, so yeah.
I love peanut butter and jelly.
And a pizza party and another thing that they had. So now he's losing time.
Anyway, speaking of losing time, we have Kyle. I'm not even starting on the whole slop argument. We have Kyle and Ro in the ball pit, discussing everything. And this is something that we had discussed with Anthony on our previous show, that it all comes down to numbers. And understandably, yes, Ro and Kyle are frustrated. Kiefer, like, oh, he's so stupid, he's so stupid, he's so stupid, because it's from their perspective. But from an outsider looking in, from Kiefer's perspective, he is very smart. Why would you stay with a 6 where you know you're number 7 when you can stay with a 3 and let's say you're number 4? Everything about Big Brother is numbers. Yes, you need more numbers to get further, but when it comes to being part of an alliance, when you know you're lowest on the totem pole, you're better off with the smallest group. So like that just like frustrated me.
No, that definitely makes sense.
Hmm.
So you didn't like those moves.
What do you mean?
Well, what would you do? What would you do what would you do in their position?
If I was Kiefer, obviously I think you stay in the good graces of everybody, and I think he has a decent enough hold on all of everything that's going on in the house. So I think he's doing a good job. But I agree with him that I would gravitate toward Jed, Beth, and Ty,
Yeah.
because you're, like I said, you're better off being number 4 than being, yes, 6 people's a lot of people, but then you're number 7. And those 6 people, they do empower. They're probably not
Yeah.
going to go after you. They're probably going to go after a Jed or a Ty, you know?
And one of the oddballs is suffering horribly and malnourished. How is he going to win anything?
You
Oh, in Rose roast, he got up there to Kiefer and he was like, "Hey Kiefer, how you doing this morning? Did you sleep well?" Oh, wait, am I intimidating you?
Did he say that?
Yep.
Mm.
It's your good pal Ro. Boop.
I'm not listen, I know because I get really I'm getting so defensive. Here we go. No, I get annoyed because here I go. I'm broken record here. People are multifaceted. Somebody can say something funny. Just because someone's a fucking douche doesn't mean if they make a joke, it's not funny. So just because you laugh at a joke someone makes doesn't mean you condone other bad behavior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when I say like, oh my God, I love Kiefer's quote at the end of the episode, I think that was so well worded. I think it's a tremendous quote. Does it mean I condone? I haven't watched the feeds, but people saying he's name calling? Of course not. Why would I condone that? And I think that's where um, social media, feed watchers, society, we get so black and white. Like there is a gray area there where you can still laugh at a joke and not condone someone's behavior. You can still like be like, oh wow, that well done, you won that comp, kudos to you, even though I'm not rooting for you. There's been plenty of alpha males where I go, oh, I don't want them to win, but damn, he did win that comp, and I,
You know what
and that
else you
just
can do?
what
Put out a tweet and stop worrying what people think about it.
you're in rare form, and
And
it's
you brought up
ridiculous.
a good point. I do think that in when people we can laugh at the joke, and then I think when someone commits a crime, they should be punished, and put on slot.
Commits a crime.
Yeah. Well, I mean a crime in the game, like being a douche to everyone.
No,
If
I get
you're
that.
nice, you get to eat real food. I would like to be the judge and jury of BB Can. From now on, in all future seasons of all Big Brothers, here's what should happen. If I like you, you don't have to be on slot.
And
If
they
I
just call
don't
you.
like you, slot. It's going to be called Eric's Twist.
They call you every week to determine who's who.
Yep.
Daily. They call you daily.
Daily, hourly. If you start annoying me on the feeds, I'm going right to Grod. Nope,
That
slot that person.
but listen, that's what I'm trying to say. As with life, it's the same with live feeds. You can be watching somebody be like, oh my God, she's so funny. She's so, oh, bitch, what'd she just say? Oh my God, she's so funny. She's so funny. That's like, if we followed each other around all day, every day, you would have moments. I'm not saying on a grand scale, I'm not saying bullying, I'm not saying racism, I'm not saying misogyny, I'm not
Thank you
saying
for
that.
clearing that
But
up.
I'm saying more so like on a small scale, like if you follow me around, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm sure there's things that I would do or say where you'd be like, wait, what? She's weird. Oh no, she's really funny. Oh wait, she's weird. Oh no, she's really funny. People are multifaceted.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel,
No, I think you think I'm disagreeing. I'm agreeing.
I'm just saying people are multifaceted. And has he apparently said and done mean things on the feeds? Apparently. Do I want the man to starve to death? No.
Oh, that's where we differ. I want to see the multifaceted side of him that is on slot. By the way, not starving, full of nutrients.
And how many times have you been on slop?
0. I'm not.
Okay.
But if
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got,
yeah.
but if, but,
Oh no, go
but,
ahead. Go ahead.
but if I had a 1 in 16 chance at hundreds of thousands of
Oh,
dollars, you know what I wouldn't be doing? Complaining
what's
about
that?
being on slot.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So, okay. When you complain in about 5 minutes that you're hungry and want to go get dinner, I'll keep that in mind.
I'm not playing a game for money.
Is this a bet? Is somebody on Twitch betting you to annoy you, to annoy me because it's working?
They felt like
You
the last show was a little dull on your end. I'm trying to help you pick it up.
you can't talk to me about slop because I get so defensive. I understand there are people in this world that have it far less like not as good. Slop is good compared to people that are
You know how you didn't
insecure,
watch
financially insecure. What?
you know how you didn't watch the first few seasons of All Stars? The first few episodes of your season of All Stars?
Yeah.
There's something I gotta tell you.
What?
The envelopes weren't random. They had us vote before the season who we wanted to get the slot pass, and we all picked you. We wanted to knock you down a peg.
Was that part of Eric's twist?
Yeah.
That's when it started.
Yep. Yeah. I was like the real leader behind it. I told everyone you would like it, make you seem, like not a threat.
Mhm.
That's all. So moral of the story, for those of you listening, just to put like the final like bullet point pin in all of this, Nicole agrees.
Rohan should be put on slop.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
You're also saying you're looking at it objectively from a game standpoint. You are not. That is very subjective, that your opinion of Rohan is making you want to put him on slop. Then you're starting to blur the line and you are thinking of it more emotionally.
Yeah, that's this one of my multifaceted personalities, is very emotional.
I'm not talking anymore. Good luck doing the rest of the recap.
I got this.
Hi, it's me, Nicole. Did that work?
I got this.
When you laugh with that on, it's really, really funny, by the way.
What? Oh, when you laugh on it? I mean, if we don't have to talk about Big Brother. We could talk about something else.
What do you want to talk about?
You know. Ooh la la.
What does that even mean?
I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means.
I know what it means.
What?
So, continue with what I was talking about, whether you choose to agree with me or not.
Yeah.
Going back, I understand where Ro and Kyle are coming from, because again, it's their point of view. But even like Kiefer laughing with everybody, I think it's important for them to understand that it is a game, and he's going to continue playing his social game. It would be, I feel bad in the sense of like he would be stuck between a rock and a hard place. If he's laughing with everybody, then it's like, why is he laughing with everybody that voted him out? And if he's not laughing with them, then it's like, why is Kiefer moping in a corner? So it's kind of like he couldn't win in that regard. What? Why are you still smirking?
You said he was stuck in between a rock and a hot plate.
No, I didn't.
You did. I tried to let go. I bit my lip. I bit my lip.
What is happening? Did I say a hot plate? I meant
You
a
did.
hot plate.
You said he was stuck in between a rock and a hot plate. I don't understand. Seems like you got food on the brain. But yeah. I agree with you. Words. I agree.
I have no comment. Continue.
Here's what I think. And I'm going to take it from chat and Courtney. She said that Tara's roast to Kiefer was that he was so lazy he can't even pick up his glasses to see who voted him out last week.
Wow. These are good roasts. They're very well done.
They need to hire these people for our Zingbot.
Yeah. No, I made it Isingbot. Could be.
Yeah.
So can I move forward here? You okay?
Yeah. Who said you couldn't?
Okay. So I'm just gonna keep rocking and rolling. I feel like I'm being punked right now. If someone said, Nicole, are you being, if today was April Fool's Day, I'll be convinced you were messing with me. So anyway, we see a lot of Kiefer and Ty talking. Oh, I'm way too forward. You have me so flustered because the fucking slop. I cannot.
Are
Okay.
we not allowed to disagree on this show? Is that the only way the show stays on the rails, is if I agree with you?
I just can't think. I cannot think. You got me so passionate about this is a hot mess.
Ro.
Can we like
Are you Did you date Ro previously?
Yep, he's my ex-husband. That's
Not
the big
according to the
surprise.
article I read. Remember? You were divorced from someone else?
Hmm.
Wow, I thought that would be funnier. Yes, it was like having a Zing bot. Yeah, it was like having a Zing bot.
Speaking of Zingbot, what I loved, and I'm back to where I was supposed to be. I apologize, everybody. On Slop, we have Tara and Tina talking about the habits of the house guest, which was very roast-like and hysterical. They were talking about, like, being on Slop kind of makes you testy, so maybe they're a little testy, but they've been
Yeah.
observing certain things about how we cook. What was it, like fajitas? Like, I wouldn't eat that anyway. The food was left on the counter, and the thing that killed me, and I think it's so funny, is the fact that they said people are piling the plates in the dishwasher, which, first of all, they have a dishwasher. What? What? But anyway, they said they were piling them in a dishwasher flat instead of upright. And I just thought that was so sweet for like the youngins in the house. So I had a very, very good laugh at that. And another thing that I thought was hysterical was in regard to laundry and how Tara was saying Ty will do his laundry, just throw it on his bed. And then he comes back later and he goes, well, why is it wrinkly? And I just think it's so cute because like it shows like, the age differences and the responsibility differences, and like people are just at a different point in their life. I thought it was very funny.
I love Tara. I think she's hysterical. All you said about Tara is correct. I
What
agree
about
with
Tina?
you. Yes, Tina too. What
Okay.
you said.
I'm glad you feel that way. So we jump to another scene where Beth is talking about her laundry and how Ty
Yeah.
should go get it. And this is when we start hearing a lot more of the whisperings about Austin becoming the replacement nominee. And Ty is saying, like, listen, if we could all stay together on this side, Jed and Beth and Kiefer, we can make those 6 people turn on one another, which you guys all know how I am. You stick with your little group and you hope the big group, all the little cracks and fissures start to happen and they turn on each other. And I'm all for it. I think that's a very, very good idea, good plan. Hopefully it comes to fruition.
What specifically do you hope comes to fruition?
I just want to see like people break apart. I want to see
So you want the pair split up?
um yeah, I not that I want to see pairs split up because that's kind of rude. I do love like our dynamic duos, but I like we always say in previous shows, I want to continue to see that flip back and forth. Like I don't like seeing a steamroll. So right now I am very like, yeah, Jed, yeah, Ty, yeah, Beth. I'm so glad Kiefer won. He's keeping them safe. But then like next week, it's like, it would be pretty cool if like a row or a braid in one HOH, and it kind of like shifts it again. Like it's more dynamic to watch. And again, my personal opinions are different. If I was in the house living with them, it's very different. But from a viewer standpoint, you want to see that dynamic, like, oh, what's going to happen now?
How old are Tara's kids? Do we know? I
I
see
am
from
not sure.
chat.
I think they're young though. They're very young because she's young.
Um, what did you think about not wrapping the deli meat up? Maximus' mom said.
Oh man, I just think in a house like that, you can't let it get to you. You can't. There were so many things in our house that people get fired up about, like people that sprinkled when they tinkled, or people that didn't clean the sink and left toothpaste in it, or people that left the refrigerator door open. You just got to go with it because those are the little psychological things that are going to drive you absolutely insane. So deli meat, Nicole, the person, you guys know, I do not waste food, so that would annoy me, especially if I wanted to eat it. But I would maybe voice it to my strong ally or just to myself, but I would never make a big deal of it in the house. But personally, you don't waste food, especially not deli meat.
Okay, so Roush's Fun World says 8 years old, 4 years old, and not sure about the last one for Tara's kids. It's number one.
Babies.
Number two, I will say, you must not have been someone that cleaned.
What do you mean?
I think the people that have the approach of you have to let it go in the game are not the, people that clean up after themselves.
Me?
Well, I know that you clean up after yourself, so that's why I said cleaned. I don't think you're a house cleaner in the Big Brother house.
I
Because,
was.
yes, people can clean up after themselves if they pee on the seat. That's disgusting.
No, I was very much a
3 week
dishwasher.
slop.
I was a dishwasher and I was a bathroom. Like after a while, the shower, I'm like I was like this needs to be like detoxed.
Yeah, I don't understand how you did that.
You gotta.
I would not clean up a shower after it. See, and everyone
Yeah,
knows
but
that I'm
I
the
had a
neurotic
shower in it. Like
cleaner.
I had the shower in there. I want to be clean. It's partially
No, just
selfish.
wear flip-flops and proceed on with your life.
I want it to be clean and smell good when I'm in there, not like mold and ickiness.
Oh, that's so disgusting. Um, what?
Starlet, I did not. I didn't touch that thing. I used to like take tissues to pick it up. Okay.
Oh God. Okay. I agree. It's an interesting strategy that Kiefer is going with. It is one that I would go with as well, and that
Mhm.
is to break up the pairs.
Yes. And obviously, our pair on the block currently is Ro and Kyle, who proceed to have a conversation about floaters. And Kyle not understanding, I believe it was, if I remember correctly, that he didn't understand why Kiefer put them up and not floaters. And I was like, Kiefer, Kyle, you haven't won anything yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has Kyle has a lot of opinions, and I'm like, you still need to like kind of like prove yourself, to have those opinions.
And I found out that Kyle was a super fan from watching the feeds.
Was
I
he?
don't know how I missed that fact, and I'm really getting sick of people calling themselves. First of all, don't call yourself a super fan if you don't watch the live feeds.
I always say there's like levels to it. When I went through the casting process, I said mega fan because I
Yeah, I would
explained to
just be
them
like,
like,
I'm a huge fan of the show. I
yep,
love the show. It's my favorite. I watch it. I think to say super fan and to like not understand how the game works
hmm yep.
doesn't
Well,
make
that's what I'm saying.
sense to me.
Different stages of like, oh, I'm a fan. Oh, I love this show.
Yeah.
I said mega fan because I said I've watched every season from 10 onward. I know all the winners. I know the classic comps. I know how to like talk with people. That was more so my angle. To me, super fan is a very, very, very small elite group of people who can ramble off the facts. So if I said to
Yeah.
you what happened on day 4 of season 19, you know. If I say to you who was the third person evicted on BB17, like off the top of your head. That to me is a super fan. Like I might know the cast, but I don't know who won what comp and who the nominees were and who the replacement noms were. That to me is a super fan.
He does Big Brother role play in the woods, Kyle.
Aw,
He
teach
puts
their
the
own. Listen,
and he puts the animals on slot.
speaking of
He's
animals, it was so cute.
you know,
My favorite competition that ever was and ever will be, and I will give anything to go back in time and make this a comp that I played. Them being the moles for the power of veto, where they needed to pop their little heads out of the holes and blow the balls. And the way they would pop out, the cutest was Jed, because he'd always be like, and it was just the cutest thing. Like I cannot get past it. I cannot get past it. They were also freaking adorable, and I just want to squeeze their little cheeks.
and by the way, like so super excited to say things like blowing balls.
Yes. Well, you had that with the first comp, with like the balls are falling everywhere. Everybody's balls are falling. Now you have blow balls. Pop your head up, blow some balls.
Yeah. It's just like the way I think who did the announcing? It was
Ty,
Jed. It
Ty.
was Ty. Um the way he just emphasized it, he was like, and and then you're gonna have to blow the balls. And then it was like he enunciated so well. And also another issue that I have with this episode, or maybe no, I guess it wasn't this episode. Again, I'm getting it confused with the roast. My point is, there's been a lot of body hair talk today in the Big
Yes.
Brother Canada realm, and I'm just like, what?
And I thought was interesting was when they said, "Oh, Beth, don't you like your men hairy?" and they were referring to Ty. I was like, "Didn't we establish she's with Jed?"
This is with Jed, and we learned from the roast that Jed shaves his whole body.
Interesting.
Because Austin said, for someone, she said, I would know from experience, if Jed, as someone that shaves his whole body, it's odd that he's not smooth.
Oh, that's so
Or
mean.
maybe she said it about Ty, but either way, it was about one of them.
I feel like I don't know. That's a good question.
It all blurs together. It's all just like one big jumbled pot in my head.
Well, speaking of the pot that we pulled the players out of, our POV players were Ro, of course, Kyle, of course, as the nominees. We also had a Beth, we had a Jed, and we had an Austin. Austin lets us know, like, oh, it would be nice to take Kyle off the block. So there definitely is a dynamic there between Austin and Kyle. And that's when we go into, Kyle and Ro talking to Jed for a little bit, like trying to figure out what they might do with the veto. Ro goes to Austin. And is like, listen, like, what should we do? Are we thinking Beth? Like, put Beth, backdoor Vic. Let's backdoor Vic. And that's Braden. So the way I see it currently, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's like the two duos are a four. So Kyle Rowe, Austin, Braden are kind of like a non-spoken of four because they're always comparing notes with each other.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the alliance chart in front of me, but yes, I mean, all of them are working together. No one is really not trying to work with anybody. Everybody's trying to work with everybody. I mean, there's
I,
oddballs, there's sunsetters, there what?
But I think like the perception, like we saw Kiefer say to Austin, it appears to me you're in a four-person thing. We've seen a lot of people say that Vic is on an island on her own, which I thought was very interesting. You have her perspective saying, I'm good with everybody. I have to navigate both sides. And you have everybody saying, Vic is just on an island. She's kind of doing her own thing. So it's interesting to see how everybody kind of views one another, you know?
Yes, I was trying to pull up Razor Skate always has such a good like alliance chart. It makes it so easy for my brain to do it because he does it with like the pictures and the lines and the blah 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 blah. I was trying to pull it up, but it looks like he pulled it down to update it.
Oh.
But go ahead.
But yeah, so they're all talking about maybe who to put up as a replacement now if someone comes down. Ro goes to Kiefer, he pitches himself, and Kiefer's like, listen, I'm not saying names. I'm not saying who the replacement now might be. Last time I did that, I got burned. Like, I'm just keeping my mouth shut. Let's go into the veto. So here we are in the veto. In the theme of the weekend that me and my pals had, it's a Wild Wild West theme, so that was really cool.
Mhm.
They're all, like we said, moles. They have to blow 10 balls across like a ramp to get into a hole, and it like I thought it was one. So when they got the first one, I was like, "Yay!" It's wait, they have to get 10. So yes, they have to navigate that maze by popping their head up like little mole. I can't get over it. It's the cutest thing ever. And when it comes down to it, we kind of see Kyle have a lot of struggle moments. He looked like he was getting kind of motion sick. Austin, a lot of odd moments. I would almost argue yet again, she looked as though maybe she was throwing it, but that's just my conspiracy theory. Beth was kind of rocking and rolling with it. But the main two end up being Jed and Ro. And the way I saw it, Jed was doing such a great job and he had the speed, but Ro, who's going a little bit slower, had the finesse. So had Jed like slowed down a little bit, I think he would have won it because he wouldn't have lost so many balls by blowing them so hard at the end. Whereas Rowe took his time and he had that finesse. So we do see a Rowe win. Obviously, we assume that means he's going to take himself off the block. And what was I going to say about that? I think I don't want to go into the veto ceremony just yet, but that's everybody sitting on the sidelines, kind of like, oh, he's going to
Right.
take himself down.
I knew that we showed it in another show, so I do have it. I mean, unfortunately, it's from 10 days ago, but I will just say, this is an example of 89 Razor Skate 20 over on Twitter. His alliance charts. If you ever need the up-to-date handy dandy who is playing with who, you should follow him on Twitter because he does great alliance
That's awesome.
charts
That's awesome. I love that.
and always retweets our shows.
Ah, I love that.
I love that too. I liked the competition. I thought it was
Yes.
a fun new kind of twist on a competition. Um, but yeah, I mean, Ro did really good.
He did really well. He stayed slow and steady. And again, I know we're gonna get into the argument again, but you gotta give the man credit. 2 weeks on 3 weeks on shitty food, and now you're up and down, in and out, blowing. Like I'd be passed out. Like
Or or slop is nutritionally just fine. It didn't affect him at all.
and he blew the balls, all 10 of them, into his pipe, and he won. And like I said, you got to give him kudos for it. It does keep the show dynamic, like I was saying, which is always interesting to see. I try to very much separate my personal feelings of people from the game, because if you get too caught up on personal, then it's like, oh damn, my people didn't win. You have to view it for what it is. It is a game. The man won the fucking veto. He took himself off. Regardless of your feelings, either which way, you have to applaud him.
I don't and I won't. I'm not applauding. Make me.
Well, that makes you a bitter boots, and that's very unfortunate in the game of Big Brother. How you assess people in real life is your own thing, but how you assess each other, like people in a game, if you're upset that someone's winning, that just makes you a sore loser.
I'm a sore loser. But I thought I had an applause to give him. I don't. Now you do realize you actually so you want him to lose?
I want who
Because
to
you
lose.
said you had to give him kudos.
You have to give him kudos that he won the veto.
But he's on slop. So you're
I'm saying like
sabotaging him.
what? I'm saying if someone wins a comp, you have to go, wow, good job. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it's your number one that you want to win or the person you want to see go get evicted. If someone wins a competition, you have to go, good job. That's called good sportsmanship.
Right. But
And
I thought
that's
you
like
said kudos.
kudos means like credit to you. Good job to you.
No, kudos is
Yes,
a popular candy bar, Nicole. Kudos.
those look good.
Okay.
You
I
know what I
just
got
wanted to be
today?
clear. I didn't know where your rules were in the law. Like, I didn't know. It sounded like you were coming over to my side, like taunt them with kudos. Like, oh, it's so delicious. Like,
Maybe that's what
no,
he was thinking. Maybe that's what he was thinking. Like if I win this
yeah.
comp, I can be given kudos, you know?
By the way, this is not an ad. That was not an ad.
You know
Wish
what I
it
got
was.
today at Costco? They're like these vanilla sticks, like cookie sticks, and they come with like a little chocolate dipping side and a little strawberry dipping side, and they're like these little tall containers, and you take out the stick and you dip it in chocolate or you dip it in strawberry. It is so good. Completely off topic in case you're wondering, but those are really good.
What flavor was it?
One section is chocolate, one section is strawberry, and you dip your stick.
Not really why I was asking, but what do you dip your stick in?
Chocolate or strawberry like icing. It's like a cream. Let's have some fun. This beat is sick. I want you to take chocolate and dip your stick.
No, I feel like you said there was another flavor that wasn't chocolate or strawberry. I guess I just made it up.
I mean, it's like a cracker cookie stick, so it's kind of like vanilla, and you dip it, and you eat it.
Okay, got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got
I
it.
think they're
Got it.
called yum yums. I think they're called.
I was confused because it's vanilla and you were saying vanilla. You get it?
You know what's not vanilla? All the action that's happening in this house. That is dynamic and action packed. For instance, Kiefer, we're thinking, okay, he has his plan, he knows what he's going to do. But I think it's very, very interesting that he's playing chess with Ty. And he's essentially like, who do I put up?
Mhm.
Like, Ty, tell me what I should do right now. And Ty's like, you know who I want. And Kiefer's like, all right, well, if you want that person, let's do it. And I was like, wow, like Kiefer's looking for somebody to tell him what to do, and he's ready to do what that person tells him to do. And of course, that person is Austin. We then see Kyle and Kiefer talking, which this is the most game I've seen Kyle talk. Most relevant game I've seen Kyle talk on the actual edited episodes. Again, I'm not referring to feeds. And Kyle is thinking a little bit about Vic, and he's like, why don't you put Vic up and make her the replacement nom? And that's where we hear a little bit more of the speculation about, is it Vic? Is it Austin? Kiefer talks to Austin, tells her the whole, I think you're in a 4-person alliance. Austin's like, he's full of bullshit. Blah, blah, blah.
What do you think Kiefer should have done? I mean, obviously, we know what he did. What would you have done if you were in his position?
I think, dare I even say this, that Kyle was correct in the sense of anybody's going to be pissed off either way, but he was right in the sense of, hey, here's my pitch. If I go next to whomever you put next to me, let's say you put Austin next to me and I go, now Austin's mad. Now Braden's mad. Now Ro is mad. And that's no good. And I almost feel like that was like a good angle. I think Kiefer, from his perspective, okay, Ro is off the block. So if you kind of make like peace with them and kind of like, okay, treaty moving forward, you're not my targets. He's already in a good spot with Victoria because Victoria said to him all week, you're safe, you're safe, you're safe, you're safe. And regardless of anything, regardless of all the bullcrap, she did quote unquote keep him safe. He didn't go home. So he's good with Victoria. He's good with Jed and Ty and Beth. I think the only people we don't really see, he's good with Tina, who's therefore good with Tara. I think the only people we never really see him interact with, again, correct me if I'm wrong, is an Austin and a Braden. So I don't think it is worst case scenario for Kiefer to put up in Austin and then try to get back in Kyle and Ro's good graces, send, like, what I would do, send Austin home. Now, Braden's a lone wolf. You kind of make peace, like I said, with Kyle and Ro, and you move forward. I think putting up Victoria, you're burning that bridge when you're good with her. You don't know which one of her or Kyle will go. Again, Kyle's pitch was kind of right. So I think he did a pretty good move.
Yeah,
Do you agree or disagree?
I am afraid to disagree with you.
Why? I might lick you?
You thought that was licking?
It was like a...
That's a whole nother problem.
What was it? What was that noise?
It was cats. It was.
Oh, I did not hear that.
I. He has himself in a very good position because in that conversation he did kind of sort of make Kyle think without saying it, I never wanted you to go.
Mhm.
I put you two on the block for a reason,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous. But because even if who cares? Just you're just you're giving them the ability to, when they're in power, be like, well, you played with our game, now we're gonna play with yours. I would almost respect it more if somebody was just like, no, I really wanted you out. That's why I put you up. But now I see the possibility of us working together. I would respect that so much more than like,
Understandable.
I just toyed with your game for funsies. Then you're letting people be able to do that to you back. So number one. But assuming that Kyle isn't that smart, he probably does believe it. And this is a best case scenario for Kiefer. As of this moment, everyone, not everyone, but the majority seems to want Austin out.
So who is
So
right?
what?
Who is right?
Me,
Me.
you.
I forget what I said. I think it was me though.
Yeah, I think he's in a good position.
I think Courtney brought a very valid point in chat as well. She said Austin was a vote to keep Kyle. Also, they are getting a showman's edit. That's very true. Kyle's number one, Ro, is off the block. put up Kyle's number 2, Austin. His essential showmance is what we've seen a lot during the episode. So you're still essentially breaking up a duo, and in that sense, breaking up 2 duos. Because if Austin were to go, you're taking that showmance building away from Kyle, and you're also taking away Braden's number 1. And in all honesty, I almost would like to see how Braden plays without Austin. I feel like every edited footage I see them in, they're always together. So I want to see Braden stand alone. And I love Austin, but I want to see Braden stand alone a little bit.
Yeah, all of the duos are pretty much glued at the hip all the time. I would say Tarantino are probably the worst. Braden and Austin are second worst. Kyle and Roe kind of next in line. But yeah, I unfortunately don't see Braden going far in this game if Austin
Current,
goes.
yeah, currently I see Braden as like a random 1 week. Oh no, it's a double and Braden's gone, which is very unfortunate. But you don't know. It's still very, very early. This may be part of his strategy. And if Austin goes, suddenly it's like bam, come out of the gates. Like that'd be amazing.
Mm, yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly, I want Kyle to go. Um, I want Kyle to go. I feel that Roe would be a better person if he had a better influence and role model.
I agree with that. I think they very much charge each other up. They very much like, yeah, man. Like they needlessly fire each other up and make each other kind of douchey at times. So I think with anything, with any duo partner gone, it's interesting to see how the other one would fare. So I think without Kyle, I think Roe would calm down a lot. And part of that being fear because you lost your number
Mhm.
1. But I also wonder where would Roe fall then? Because Austin would still be with Braden. Would Roe kind of fall in with them? Would he be a lone wolf? Would he fall in really tight with Victoria? That's what I would like to see. But long story short, as in life, as in the game Big Brother, everybody's going to be pissed off no matter what you do. You have to make choices that are for you. And that's what we see Kiefer say. My favorite quote, like I said, ever, regardless of what the man has maybe said or done on feeds, this was a funny soundbite. You can't deny it. Take it out of context. He says, everyone is telling me not to put blood on my hands, so I wore red today to let them know I'm the fucking butcher.
I actually, yes, that was hysterical. That was a very good line. I mean, I think as a Big Brother fan, I'm just thrilled to not look. I feel like everyone quotes a Danny Donato line of like, have blood on my hands. I want to bathe in their blood, or I want to what? Like, I feel like everyone goes along that route. So I really liked hearing a new bloody handed analogy from someone.
Yes. And it goes back to the whole thing and the whole theme of this episode of whatever. People are going to have a problem no matter what you do. If Kiefer laid down and died and let people tell him what to do, people in the house, people that are watching the feeds, the fandom watching the episodes would be like, "Oh, this guy, he doesn't play. He just lets people make his own choices." If he did say something like this, it's like, "Oh, this guy, that's so abrasive. That's a threat. That's so horrible that he said that." And it's like you're never going to be able to win anyway. So in a game where Kiefer is there for himself, he's there for his family, he's there for his kids. Like I give him a lot of credit for being like, yeah, let's freaking do it.
Yeah, one of my other favorite lines from the episode was from Ro when he was like, "I'd like to thank my parents for making me awesome."
And again, like you got to live life that way, and that goes for everybody. Just live your life for you, of you, because you're awesome, and don't let people sway it either way. And again, I'm not talking in regard to like if you're ignorant, yeah, people should sway you because you need to make your ass educated. But I'm saying like if you just want to like be independent and do things your way, let it be done.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
So this episode ends, of course, with the nomination ceremony, the veto ceremony, rather. Excuse me. Roe, of course, takes himself off the block after letting Kyle speak. Kyle, just riding that pony home that them two are together, says, Roe, I knew from the second I saw you, you were my bromance in this house, but Kudos to you for winning the veto. Take yourself off the block. I'm proud of you. Yada yada Buddha Buddha. Ro, of course, takes himself off the block because you have to worry about yourself and not other people. And Kiefer names his replacement Nam. He says, this person made me a pawn on their HOH. So we see a Victoria, we see an Austin. As per the edit, we're kind of like, oh my gosh, they both done it to him. Which girl is he gonna pick? And Kiefer decides to put Austin on the block. So of course Austin's upset. She's like, oh, this is typical Kiefer, which I don't really understand what that means. It's Big Brother. He has to put somebody on the block, and you knew you were a possibility. But I also didn't really understand Kyle, who was like, I have nothing to lose. I'm going to let people have it. And I was like, wait, why would you not just try to have a good social game and not go out in a fiery blaze of glory?
Because he believes he's the target.
I feel like you can't be that way though until you absolutely know. There's so much time. What?
You're confusing.
Why?
Because I thought you said that he had to do what he wanted and be true to himself and da-da-da-da-da, but now you're saying no, lay low, don't do anything.
No, be true to yourself, but be smart about it. Kiefer's being true to himself in a smart way by saying, this is the game choice I decided to make. I feel like Kyle is not operating on a direct, this is what I want to do. He's operating on emotion. I'm so mad, I'm gonna let them all have it. It's like, don't spite your nose off your face. So yes, you can do things for yourself, but don't do it out of spite.
Right. Got it.
Don't question me.
Now, do you think that you would have? We'll wait on that in a moment. What do we think about the invisible HOH?
I think it's awesome. That makes me think it's an anonymous, obviously, probably HOH, where the house is going to know who the head of household is. That very much messes with the dynamic because everybody knows the HOH becomes the kiss-assy person of, not kiss-assy, gets their ass kissed by everybody of the week. So it'll be interesting to see when nobody knows who that person is. People are going to be ticking very differently. People are all going to be ass kissing each other. People are going to be careful what names they say to who. So it's going to be a very weird dynamic, which I'm excited to see. And it'll be really cool for the HOH because then is there blood? Is there not? Will it be revealed later who you nommed? Like that it was you? I don't know. I look forward to it and I like stuff like this. It's twisty. It's a game. It's luck. It's chance. It's Big Brother. You got to embrace it for what it is.
It's the invisible HOH that nobody will know until someone has to go and pick up their Wendy's.
Maybe they won't do that though.
They'll probably lock everyone in individual rooms so you don't know who it is.
And it's like they go in and smell afterwards. The storage room smells like Wendy's. Who was locked in the storage room?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's smart. If they were smart, they would just put the person who won in the storage room.
That's what. But listen, my idea would be to search each room and be like, this one smells like Wendy's, because they tell you in advance, like Nicole, go to the bedroom, Eric, go to the storage room, so you know which rooms everybody was in.
Right.
And you could sniff it out, literally and figuratively.
It's a smart move. So,
and can they
what?
nominate themselves?
Well, honestly, I very much doubt that this is what it will be, but I do love the idea that it's us where the where the HOH, like America, like it's America's week. We vote for, we vote for an HOH. We vote for who we want to win the power of veto.
I don't think so. I feel like it'd be called like the secret HOH. I feel like invisible insinuates it's one of the. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Like I feel like it's one of them.
No, I mean, I don't know. I think that would be a very hard thing to edit around. But I mean, I think it's definitely an option for that to be what the invisible means.
Interesting.
I see Natalie says, I hope you get Ty and Jedson on the podcast. Natalie, we're having everyone on the podcast. If you've missed anyone that's been evicted so far, you can check them out on the Hello Friends socials, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. they are on there, and we'll continue to have everyone's exit interviews during the season, and then we'll have everyone on at the end of the season for
Exactly.
longer Q&A shows with all of you. Don't you worry. Thanks for
That's
following and subscribing.
that's what I'm looking forward to is like postseason where you can talk to them for a longer length of time. That's gonna be really, and we talk about like not just Big Brother, but like life and stuff. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
If anybody has any Big Brother questions from this week or the live feeds, feel free to leave them in chat because we have a little, I mean, we're technically out of time, but I think that we can totally have a little bit more time with all of you to answer some questions. What?
I know I was gonna say if you have any questions for the evicted house guests, whether it be a Kyle or an Austin, currently tweet it using at Hello Friends Tweet. We don't know which one of them it's gonna be just yet, but we can start getting the questions rolling.
Yeah, that's a good point. I should write that down.
Hmm.
Now that we have the official people locked in, because that's tomorrow. Now, good point. Okay, so over
Natalie
what?
says she just wants some eye candy. Natalie, I don't blame you.
Oh yeah, well, no kidding. Um, so basically at the end of the day, you think that Kyle needs to be playing a less emotional game, that if he just goes out there and starts yelling at everybody and making this like emotional or like getting angry, that it's just ultimately gonna only make him look bad and ruin his game.
I think so. I think he's seeing Austin next to him as like, oh, my fate is sealed. They put a pawn next to me. Of course it's me. When not necessarily. Austin has won more than you. Calm down. Think of it game wise and go, Austin has won a lot. I need to pitch that to people, make her seem scarier to people. Like
Yeah.
that's his chance. If he starts running around the house, like, oh fuck this, fuck that, you're done.
Um, who do we think will go tomorrow? Kyle.
I'm scared for Austin because she's won things. Has a good like head on her shoulders. She's very smart. She's very articulate when she speaks to people. Do I want Austin to go over Kyle? No. If I had to pick who I wanted to go, I would pick Kyle. No offense, but game wise, I could see a lot of them voting Austin out because she's a threat.
Who do we think would be the invisible HOH?
If Invisible HOH is based on a comp, or if it's based on like maybe Canada votes for the HOH, who would I like to see as the Invisible HOH? I would like to see someone who we haven't seen really have power like that before, so like a Terra. Um, even like I said, like a Braden, I think would be interesting.
She
But
doesn't mean
I'm
Tara.
gonna say Terra currently. I'd like to see what Terra would do.
And I would like to remind everyone that the thoughts and opinions expressed by Nicole do not necessarily reflect those of the Hello Friends podcast. She's a
Again,
nightmare on the feeds. We want her gone so bad.
really.
She's a nightmare.
But see, it's like I said in the past, and I'll continue saying it. I don't watch the feeds, like
Yeah.
surprise, and you do, and that's why I like this dynamic because I'm speaking on behalf of a BBCAN9 edit episodes
Yeah.
perspective, and that's what I'm seeing from an edit perspective. But knowing that if she's a terror, ugh. See, Keeper already was it. I'm biased toward still my Kiefer, Tina. I love Jed. I love Ty. Um, I like to see Ty get it. That'd be pretty cool if he got a win under his belt.
Tara said she's putting up Ty and Jed if she gets it as of this moment.
Which would be smart for her game, would be smart
It
for
would.
the game. They're both incredible players, but like again, bias. I don't want to see them go as a viewer. That's what's tough. You have to understand in that game, just because people are targeting people you like doesn't mean they're necessarily horrible people. It's just like when you're
Wait,
in it,
what?
like you're there for your game. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that, but okay, good to know. Targeting someone in the game is not because you're a bad person.
I mean, if you're saying horrible personal things about them and there's ulterior motives why you're nominating somebody because of the way they look or the way they act or the way they speak, that's very, very different. But if it's a game move, then it's a game move. Everybody's there for themselves. And it's tough because like my brain goes in between. If I was in that house, I know like who I would want gone, but Nicole, the viewer, knows who she'd want to stay.
Right. And the overall thing of Kyle needs to not be emotional, not get angry at everybody because that's not playing it smart.
I don't think that'd be playing it smart.
Got you.
But who knows? He could flip out on everybody. Everybody goes, he's a loose cannon. He'll go next week, get rid of Austin. She's more level-headed. It depends on who it is, who you're pitching it to, how it hits the iron. Like it's all luck and chance and timing. He could flip out and everybody could be like, he'll go next week. Let's get rid of her. She's being too calm.
Yeah.
So you never know. It could go either way. But I think him yelling at people, I think in from right now, I think that wouldn't end well.
Right.
Are you saying this because you already know he has yelled at people?
No, some people in chat were making the correlation to you getting so fired up about slop.
Yeah, but I'm not in a game. I wouldn't get fired up if like you had the potential to evict me.
Right. I mean, I'm not in the game either. But you got mad
Really?
at me
Because I
for
feel like you're
saying it.
playing games with me right now.
But you got mad at me for saying it.
I'm just kidding, Eric. I agree.
Oh, I thought you were gonna play a tiny violin. That's so inappropriate.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do like a bonding, like you like when they do the things in the house that
Mm-hmm.
bond them to each other. So ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go first. Um, Nicole, you are right. Nicole, you're right. And
About
you're
what?
correct in what you said
What about what?
about slop. Rose
Okay.
shouldn't have been put on it. You are correct.
Okay.
And I was wrong.
Okay.
That was our bonding. Now you do one.
I'm sorry I get so passionate and not wanting to see people struggling.
But I mean specifically that well, tell me something I was right about.
Um, you're right that I don't know.
Who?
What?
Did you
No,
just say how good it was?
I'm not giving you a soundbite.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! You're so wrong about Slop. Keep his dumb ass on Slop for the whole rest of the season. He's fine. Sloppity slop it up.
You know what you can
I'm
make a
Nicole.
button of?
I co-sign this.
Go ahead.
Would Ro feel bad for Nicole if the tables were turned? Probably not. And I'm sorry. It's the way I'm wired. I'm a very empathetic person. I am what I am. Don't like it, don't look at me. And Eric, to you, you can make a button. Kiss my ass.
Oh, that's so good. I love that one. Yeah, by the way, I am not criticizing your feeling that way. I don't know if you know that.
No, but I think a lot of I think
One would argue
it,
you're making it personal towards me. I didn't say you were wrong.
no, I'm just saying I think, sometimes me feeling bad for somebody who is going through an experience similar to mine. Like I said, I on 1 week of slop really, really struggled. So my heart goes out to him like, oh my God, 3 weeks. I feel so bad for him. And right away, people take that as, oh, he called one person a bitch. That means you condone misogyny and you condone. And it's like, come on. Like, that's so ridiculous.
Oh,
And
so
that goes for
you're
any.
not arguing with me. You're arguing with people who criticize things that you've said.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Just because I think a quote Kiefer said is like sassy and hysterical doesn't mean I condone him walking out of the room on Josh. Weeks ago, I said him walking out on Josh was fucking rude, but
Right.
I can't have multiple opinions about the same person. Like,
No,
let's be real
you
here.
can. I'm fine being your punching bag.
I did not do anything to you this entire episode.
You're so mad at me for saying I
I'm
want him
not
on
mad.
slop.
I'm not mad.
That was very mad. That was very mad. You just yelled at me saying you weren't mad. I just said I wanted him on slop and he deserved it because he's horrible on the feeds.
And again, I don't watch feeds, but me feeling bad
Yeah,
from an empathetic standpoint because I've been
is
through
why
it
we love
doesn't
you.
mean I condone negative behavior. Just because I feel bad that the man looks sickly doesn't mean I condone if he's saying or doing horrible
Yeah,
things.
oh no.
That's unspoken. I shouldn't have to
Yeah,
say that.
why do you? Why do you? So you know that nobody thought that. See? No one thought that. Is that hat too tight on your head, maybe?
I have no more comments. I was just sitting here trying to do my recap.
You did such a good job. How do I not have applause? Let's all give Nicole a round of applause, but we don't have applause, so let's just do that. I don't know. Oh, I should do that instead. Nicole, Eric is pushing buttons. I am not pushing
You
any
are.
buttons.
Since the start. You've been pushing every single one since the start.
No. I
I
feel
wish we
you
had
have
like
to
a
go
fucking
back.
like meter right now because I would say,
Do you want a
who's
kiss?
at fault? Who is at fault right now? It is you. You started this.
All I said was I wanted him on slop, and you said I was a horrible person.
Yeah, because I'm saying I don't want him on slop because the man looks sick, and I don't believe in like expanding that torture.
And
I
I
feel
didn't
bad for
say
him.
you were a good person for that or a horrible person. I just said my opinion, and you told me I was horrible. And then you're yelling at
because
me.
because I was voicing my opinion and that was horrible.
Okay.
I want to
Did you
vote.
guys hear that they found some letters in the ball pit today? I know 2 letters Nicole wants to use. One's an F. They found letters in the ball pit today.
That's awesome.
That was for you. I'm in the ball pit. I already know what the letters are. Do you want to know what they are, really?
Go ahead.
You'll laugh.
Okay.
An H. An F. A C.
Oh my gosh, they're spelling HFC.
And a K.
Oh, I thought it spelled something and it doesn't. I was like, whoa, what do they got to spell?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're spelling out I think they're spelling out HFC. Cares.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I love that.
I love that too.
Mhm.
So what are your I'm sorry. Um uh I'm looking for questions. Did nope, we got that. Ball pit one. Rose said he was asked by production if he was okay, he said he was. Okay, got it. I don't I under okay, Nicole has a big heart. Would right. Okay, I think we asked all the questions that didn't have to do with row and slop.
Love that. Love that for us.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Like I said it last week, I'll say it again. I'm really curious to see how this season continues to unfold. It's a very dynamic season. We have already not seen a steamroll. I think we've seen a lot of quote unquote unexpected people win competitions, which is nice to see. And I'm curious tomorrow with the eviction. I'm looking forward to interviewing the evicted house guests. And I can't wait for the next HOH and see what that week brings. It's going to be good times.
Good times. And where should people follow us?
People should follow us in all your favorite broadcasting locations: YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and follow us on your favorite podcast providers: Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We are everywhere. And you can find us on all social medias at Hello Friends Podcast, like Twitter at Hello Friends Tweet, Instagram at Hello Friends Insta, and of course at the website, hellofriendspod.com.
And of course, share the show now that you've made it to the end. If you think that there's anyone that would like this.
Like a couples counselor, you could show it to.
No. I got polls to work again,
Oh, good.
so we can bring one up next
I
show.
love that. Awesome.
Yay! It's oh, wait, hold on. It is INO. Those are the letters. Oh, yes, the actual letters are INO.
They're
What?
spelling Nicole.
No.
They're spelling nomination, eviction, competition.
I think they're spelling invisible.
There's no O.
Hmm.
Unless it's
It's bingo.
impossible.
It's bingo.
Oh, BINGO.
And you don't know the bingo song?
And what?
Oh my god. And bingo was his name. Oh, bye was
Goodbye,
AF.
friends.
People keep giving us updates in the chat. Got it. And bingo was his name. Goodbye-o.
Ta-ta
Bye,
for
friend.
now.
Bye, friend.
GTFNO. Tefano. Stefano. Estefano. Okay, I'm ready.
Bye, friend.
Bye.